What's up, everyone? I'm Chester.
And this is Rob from Linkin Park.
And you can catch us all week on MTV Home Base. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Actually, we've probably, well, I've personally had like a lot more fun here than anywhere else. I think the set coming up in a close second would be Australia. We had a really good time there too. But it's just that we've been welcomed so warmly here by our fans and also by the label and the people who are putting on the show. It's just been really nice and really friendly here. So
I like it a lot too. Same thing like Chester said, it's just been a really warm welcome here, and we went out and had a really good dinner last night. We had Kobe beef, and that was really, really good. I think that's the best steak or beef I've ever had in my life. Definitely amazing.
It's almost like I'm just waiting for somebody to pinch me and wake me up, you know? But it's something that we never expected, and I think that, you know, we were shocked, like thoroughly shocked when we released the album in the States at how well it did from the first week, and it's just maintained a really good steady, you know, flow of sales, and then, you know, with the release of the album all across the world also, and how well it's been received in other areas of the world, it's kind of blowing us away. You know, it's almost surreal.
To react even though you're so close to me. You're still so distant and I can't bring you back. It's true the way I feel was promised by your face. The sound of your voice picks it up my memories. Even if you're not with me, I'm with you. Now I see people everything inside. Now I see
the video for One Step Closer was our first video we ever shot, and we actually shot it in LA in this abandoned subway station that was shut down in the 1950s. It was like 70 feet underground, and the air was thick down there, and we couldn't really breathe very well. It was just nasty down there. So, and we actually were stuck down there for probably like 20 hours or something, just ridiculous. And it turned out to be, you know, a good video for our first video. I think there was these like monks and stuff hanging from the ceiling, and we don't know how they got there. They were just like kind of were there when we were doing the video. So we said, oh, you can stay and chill for the video. But it was cool. Chester got to hang upside down.
That sucked.
It looked like his head was going to explode after.
It felt like my head was going to explode. That's like really, like, don't ever do that to yourself. There's people who buy those machines that they hang themselves from the ankles. You're out of your minds. It's the worst thing you could ever do to yourself. I don't understand it.
But yeah, overall, I think it was a good video, just showing like the performance and the energy of Linkin Park. And this is our video, One Step Closer.
What's up, everyone? I'm Chester.
And this is Rob from Linkin Park.
And you can catch us all week on MTV Home Base.
Watch how the moon sits in the sky on a dark night, shining with the light from the sun. The sun doesn't give light to the moon, assuming the moon.
Well, Chester and I are the most important, you know, in the band. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've got a bunch of people in the band. There's 6 of us all together. Mike Shinoda is also another vocalist, and both he and I handle all the melodies and rapping and things like that. We have a guitar player named Brad Delson, and bass player named Phoenix. Brad and Phoenix met in college together, and unfortunately Phoenix had to live with Brad for 3 years of his life underneath him. And we have a DJ, his name is Joe Hahn. Him and Mike Shinoda met in Art Center. And Robbie and Brad and Mike all got together when they were in high school, and that's pretty much how it all came together. Well, Rob is a real genuine person, you know. He's got a big heart, and he also can beat the skins like no other person I've ever seen. He's quite possibly one of the best drummers I've ever seen, and just a really nice guy, you know.
And Chester?
Better be careful, pal.
Well, first of all, he's beautiful. Now, Chester is also a great guy. I love being in a band with him. As far as like his skills, vocally, they're far beyond anybody I've ever worked with.
Thank you.
And you know, he's a really passionate person. Like anything he gets involved in, he goes, you know, 150%, which is great, because it sets a great tone for the rest of the band, and for all of us to work together at that, with that kind of ambition.
Thank you, Rob. Very nice.
say goodbye. Run away, gonna run away. Gonna run away, gonna run away. I'm gonna run away and never wonder why. Gonna run away, gonna run away. Gonna run away, gonna run away. Gonna run away and don't be wrong.
Well, Crawling was our second video, obviously, because we've only made one. And it was a different experience for us because we really had a good concept of a really nice storyline. Whereas like One Step Closer was almost so obvious that we wanted to do something different for it. And it was also a different way of shooting because we did the entire video basically in front of a green screen, which it allows the director to put all the digital effects behind us. So we kind of had to pretend like we were in this, you know, icy cavern or something like that, and it was fun. And we also had a chance to like work with different camera speeds for the first time. So the majority of that video was shot actually in double speed. So we were like, it turned into like a thrash song. Which was kind of fun, and then you watch it back and it's like we're all in slow motion, which is like a really neat effect. And the song basically deals with emotions of frustration and feelings of insecurity within yourself and dealing with the problems that are happening in your life. And this is just one scenario that could be related to the emotions in the song. And it was a lot of fun to shoot, so check it out. Hope you enjoy it as much as we do. What's up, everyone? I'm Chester.
And this is Rob from Linkin Park.
And you can catch us all week on MTV Home Base. I think well, I don't know if this is absolutely true or not, but my opinion on that situation is I think that it's important to have lyrics that people can relate to, and also to have good melodies and a strong rhythm section and all that kind of stuff. All of that is really important into making music that people enjoy listening to, because people enjoy music for different reasons. You know, in Rob's case, you know, he's more of a beat and rhythm-oriented person who listens to music, and in my case, I'm more a melody-driven person and lyrically-driven person. So we try to include all of those different aspects into what we do, and really try to push ourselves to be the best at that. And I think that's what people really kind of catch on to, hopefully, in our music. Absolutely. When we write songs, it's a little bit different than the typical way of writing songs. We spend a lot of time in recording our songs as we write them, rather than like sitting in hour, long jam sessions that are almost endless. And that way we can really hone in like the guitar parts and the drums and add beats and things like that, and spend a lot more time. Mike and I can spend all that wasted time that usually happens in the rehearsal studio, we can spend working on melodies. And I think, we probably went through 100 different variations probably for each song on melodies. Sometimes it happens like that and sometimes it doesn't. But we try to do that so that it's more efficient, and when we actually get into the rehearsal space, we're just kind of walking in there with the complete song that we're just going to learn how to play, pretty much. And that's worked out really well for us as far as our writing is concerned. Oh, my hair. Well, I have phases. We've actually kind of figured out that I actually have almost like a sickening kind of pattern. It's almost obsessive compulsive in a way. I go through these phases where I shave my head like you see it now, and then it grows out. I usually bleach it, and then get sick of the blonde, dye it all a bunch of different colors. I get sick of the hair and having to do it every day. I get sick of, having to spike it all up. And I shave it down to a mohawk. And then I go through my different colors of the mohawk. And then back to phase one, which is the shaved head. And it is a sick cycle that keeps reoccurring.
Yeah, it just so happens that like the first two videos happened to like hit him like when it hit the blonde hair and a lot of like the press photos and stuff. So people don't realize that that was not like a long period of time that hair was like that.
Yeah, it actually came and went several times between each one of those situations. It just was odd that it always happened. So get used to it, I guess. What's up, everyone? I'm Chester.
And this is Rob from Linkin Park.
And you can catch us all week on MTV Home Base. Biggest change? Not having to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning. every day. You know, that was like before I joined this group. Well, even when I actually joined, all the way up until we started touring and we made this record. You know, I worked very hard and you know, back in Phoenix, I maintained a job that I worked 45 to 50 hours a week, and on top of that, putting in about an additional 30 to 40 hours a week with my music and trying to maintain a relationship was pretty much what I was used to. And then now kind of almost having not a lot more free time, but just a lot more time to like enjoy what I'm doing and enjoy all the different aspects of what's happening in my life is the biggest change, I think, for me.
Yeah, and I mean, just being on the road and just being, you know, away from home, from friends and family and all loved ones at home that's a big change. You know, everything is really, really fun out here, and we get to do so much and see so much. But at the other end of that, it's like there's a lot of people missed back at home for long periods of time.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I think like
old. We'll be old.
We will be old. No, like a band, like the way we've always been, like from when we first started, we kind of like grew up as a band like on the internet and talking to a lot of our fans. And so even before we even got to go out on a tour, we already had like some kind of contact in our relationship with our fans. So by the first time we like drove off across the country, we got to, you know, Florida, which was, you know, thousands of miles away from our home, and we got out, we had like some people there we knew that knew our music, and we just kind of started like that. And we'd always kind of hang out, you know, after the show or before the show and meet our fans and stuff. And I hope that, you know, 10 years down the line, we're still, you know, able to do that, able to like know our fans, you know, the fans that have been there from the beginning and the fans that have kind of come along as we've grown, to be able to just know them and have that relationship with them, because that really keeps us alive as a band.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool to actually like come back and see the same kid that was, you know, in New York at the Conan O'Brien show, the first, you know, whatever, hanging out, and 20 years down the line, you know, still be able to know them and like have like a relationship with them. That's like really, I think that kind of also sets us apart from a lot of different acts, is the fact that we really do spend a lot of time with our fans, and they almost are kind of like shocked when we come back to the town and we remember them. And I think that it's just gonna like become a big family. So hopefully 20 years down the line, it'll just be like a big family reunion tour, you know, with all of our fans. I think that'd be really cool.
Well, we're staying at the... So come see us.
Actually, we just, you know, all we want to say is we're sorry that you couldn't make it out this first time. We had no idea that so many people would want to come see us the first time out. And hopefully next time we'll be able to catch you and meet you and say hello. So just keep your ears peeled for the next time we come to Japan, which shouldn't be too long away, and we'll see you then.